What if your search ads could actually read your customers' minds? Well, that's kind of the promise behind a really powerful new Google tool we're diving into today, AI Max for Search. So let's break down what it is, why it's a potential game changer for advertisers, and how you can actually measure its impact. So let's just start with that big question. What if your ads could go way beyond just matching keywords? What if they could understand the real intent behind a search, almost like they were reading someone's mind? That's the core idea we're going to explore, and it's really the promise of this new tech.
All right, so let's get properly introduced. Honestly, the easiest way to wrap your head around AI Max is to think of it as your own personal, super smart digital salesperson. Just picture it, someone who instantly gets every potential customer, knows exactly the right thing to say to persuade them, and can point them to the perfect product on the shelf. That's the whole concept here.
And here's the really cool part. This isn't some brand new campaign type you have to build from the ground up. Nope, it's an AI enhancement, an upgrade you can add to your existing search campaigns with just a single click. Its whole job is to find, reassure, and direct your customers by making their ad experience incredibly hyper-relevant. Okay, so how does this digital salesperson actually do its thing? Well, it really boils down to three simple steps. First up, it understands the searcher. And I mean, it goes way beyond their keywords to figure out what they truly want. Then it uses that insight to craft the perfect, custom ad right on the fly. And finally, it doesn't just dump them on your homepage. It finds the single best landing page on your entire site to answer their specific question. Okay, that all sounds pretty futuristic, right? But what's the real payoff here? This level of personalization is a massive deal. So let's dig into the real-world benefits for your business. First off, you get seen more. See, because the AI is looking at intent, not just a strict list of keywords, your ads can pop up for all these relevant searches you might have totally missed otherwise. This just opens the door to be in way more ad auctions, and that means reaching a lot more potential customers. Next up, you're going to see more clicks. I mean, think about it. When you see an ad that feels like it was written just for you, answering your specific question, it doesn't even feel like an ad anymore, does it? That high level of relevance makes people far more likely to click. It's like the difference between a generic store open sign and one that has your name on it. And that brings us to the big one, the thing that really matters, more actions. Getting the click is only half the battle, right? By taking that person to the perfect page on your website, you're making it super easy for them to do what they came to do, whether that's filling out a lead form, buying something, or just finding the info they need. And this quote right here, it really nails the whole point. This isn't just about optimizing for clicks. It's about making the entire customer journey better. When you create a smoother, more relevant experience for the user, you naturally see better performance as an advertiser. It's a total win-win. So let's just tie this all together. You get into more auctions, which boosts your reach. That higher relevance improves your ad rank, which, by the way, can even lower your costs. And a better landing page experience, well, that just drives more of the good stuff. More leads, more sales, you name it. It's a really powerful chain reaction. Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, but I know what you're thinking. How do I prove this actually works for my campaigns? Because at the end of the day, theory is nice, but data is king. So let's look at how you can really put this AI to the test. Basically, you've got two main ways to test this out. The first is a simple before and after. You just compare how things were doing before you turned it on to how they're doing after. The other way, which is a bit more scientific, is what we'd call a head-to-head race. A classic A/B test where you run two versions at the same time. Now, if you go with the before and after test, you have to be patient. This timeline is super important. You can't just flip the switch and check your results tomorrow. That's not how this works. The AI needs a good 1 to 2 weeks to just learn and gather data. After that, you've got to let the test run for at least 4 more weeks to get a solid picture before you even think about analyzing the results. For that head-to-head race, the setup is actually pretty straightforward, but it's really powerful. You just split your traffic right down the middle, 50-50. Half of your audience goes to your regular campaign, that's your control group, and the other half goes to an identical campaign that has AI Max turned on. This way you're getting a true side-by-side comparison. So here's what that looks like in practice. You've got two groups, and they start out as exact clones of the same search campaign. The only thing that's different is that one little toggle. AI Max is on for the test group. And the goal is simple. See if the AI-powered version can generate a real, measurable lift in conversions compared to your baseline.
All right, so we've talked about what this thing is, what it can do for you, and even how to test it. So let's pull back for a second and think about the big picture. What does all of this really mean for the future of ads? Honestly, it all comes down to this. We are literally watching the game change in real time. We're moving away from a world where advertisers play guessing games, trying to predict every possible keyword, and into a future where our systems can just understand what people actually want. And that leaves us with one last big question to chew on. I mean, if AI can literally craft a unique ad and a personalized journey for every single person who searches, then what does that mean for the old way of doing things, for that one-size-fits-all ad? With tech like this on the rise, you have to wonder, is its time finally running out?